What's going on, guys? It's Danny from Slow Restoration. Once again, it's a snowy day out here in Pennsylvania, so we're in the garage working on LS Extreme, of course, and we're actually tearing down the power steering bracketry. This actually holds the alternator and the power steering. I went ahead and removed the pulley off the power steering pump and unbolted it from the power steering bracket. We have a Lyle power steering puller remover and installer that actually works really good. So that's a press fit. You put the tool on there and it pulls it off for you, and then when you're ready it'll press it back on for you. So we're gonna get this all cleaned up and paint it, make it look a lot nicer than it does now. We do have the bracket and power steering pump off the S10, off the 4.3, and it actually looks the same so far. We're gonna get into it a little bit further and make sure it is, but the power steering pump off the 5.3, actually we could have left it, but this had Hydro Boost, so it had an extra return line, and the the direction of the return fittings was a little off, and they are made into the pump. So, and this doesn't look all that good. This actually is, we clean it up, I think we'll be good. So we're gonna remove the pulley off this, unbolt it from the bracket, and make sure it bolts to that bracket. It appears it will. We may remove this tube because we don't really need it. We'll see how it looks on there. I have a feeling it's going to be in the way, but it just comes out of there, and we should be able to use our cap on that, I think. I could be wrong with that, but we'll make whatever work we need to. This already has the right return line and pressure line because it came off of that steering box. So we're all good with that. So if we can get this bolted to that, that will bolt to the motor. All of this will bolt to the truck steering box, and we'll be good to go. So let's get it done. Real quick on how you use this Lyle power steering pump puller. It's got the bolt with a bearing and a nut. The bearing is actually just used for pressing it back on, but you have that piece, you have this clamshell piece which slides on. There's a groove on the power steering pulley, slides on there. This slides inside. Before you put that inside, there's a different fittings we have here for different power steering pumps and pulleys. We're going to use this one. This slips inside and it actually pushes on the center there, and that's what pushes on the shaft. This part pulls on the pulley and then separates it. So it's pretty self-explanatory. Once I get it set up, I'll show you how it works. Alright, we have all this set up. As you can see, just kind of goes together in order there, and that clamshell connects the pulley to the puller. You put a wrench on to hold that hex, and you turn that threaded rod with the top, and you just keep turning it until you'll hear a pop, and then the pulley will slowly start pulling off there. And just like that, pulley pops off. It does press on, like I said, so it kind of comes off hard all the way, but once you get it off, we can remove these 3 bolts, and it still appears that it's the same. We'll know as soon as we get that off and see if it bolts up to that bracket. But another thing I've realized is these pulleys are identical. So the 4.3 S10 and the 5.3 Suburban pulley are one and the same. So this one's a little nicer, so we'll probably use that back on there. This one's got a little bit of rust. Not that it's bad, but that one's nicer. Sure enough, that bolts right up on there. We did have to swap the bracket on the back, but that's just 2 nuts that pop off. Easy swap out. 3 bolts on the front. All we would have to do is press our pulley back on, but we're gonna wait because I'm actually gonna pop this pump back off, clean it up good, clean the lines up, and we'll blast bead and paint this bracket. So it's looking good. Easy fix. One flaw I see with this is I did pull this tube out. It's got dipstick running through it. That's how you check or fill your fluid. It's got this rubber bushing that presses on top, and as you can see, it's all smooth up top. The one we took off actually has 2 notches in it for a cap, so we will not be able to get rid of this tube with this pump. So not a huge deal. We'll just and this doesn't bolt on like that one. We'll just have to rotate it around and reattach it once we get everything sorted out. Not a huge deal, but I would rather see that small cap on there than this tube, but we'll make it work. Getting a mock-up down here on the ground for my tips. Of course, this one's going to go right beside it. For right now, I'm going to put them straight just so I can get everything even. We're even there. We're even there. We have our cross pipe. This is going to be our other connector across pipe, so I need to slide that over and put a mark on there on this pipe and trim that off a little bit so we can get one of these radiuses inside the other radius. Got my tailpipes mocked up here. I think that's the way I'm going to do them. A slight gap taper, so they'll just kind of be kicked out, kind of like that. Of course, these are upside down right now. We have them mocked up. Just trying to make sure everything's square and uniform. Of course, we'll have to trim back here and connect these pipes here to get over and back up to where over the axle is. Unfortunately, we're running out of time today. I thought I was going to be able to get all this done and have the exhaust completely finished up, but with the snow and a couple other obligations I had today, just not going to be able to get it done. It's getting late, and actually I believe it's past 11 o'clock now. It's cooling down, and I still have to edit this video. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and as always, have a good day.